Hi there.
Hello,
How
teacher.
is it going? How is everything?
I'm fine, thank you.
Nice. I'm very happy to meet you again today. Well, how was school this morning?
It's fine.
Did you work during the morning or maybe the whole day?
The whole day.
Great. You've got this continuous timing. Great. Okay. That sounds good. Great. So what did you study today at school?
Uh, we studied English and Arabic,
Yeah.
the maths and the sport, physical education.
Okay. The PE. Great. Nice. Great.
PE.
Studying English today.
A text.
What was it about?
It's about a girl. Her sister comes early morning, but the girl is like her sister comes to school at 7 a.m. and her sister comes to 9 a.m. Uh, uh, she wants a bicycle to go to school,
Mhm.
but her sister can't
Uh,
give the bicycle to him.
She couldn't afford that, right? Yes, okay. So it was a story.
Yes.
Oh, nice, very good. Yeah, that's narrative. Great. Nice, very good. Okay, so let's move on to the lesson today. The lesson is going to be great. It's not that long. It's very concise and to the point, inshallah, right today. We have four things that we need to learn today. That we'll have or we'll be able to learn, inshallah, or we will have been learned by the end of this class. Well, let me ask you a question. What do you like doing in your spare time?
In my free time,
Yeah, that's spare time, free time. Yes, very good. What do you like doing?
uh, play computer games.
Yeah,
Uh,
can you formulate the sentence, right? Yeah, in a good way. Mhm.
uh, w- while uh, I have a free time,
Uh-huh.
I
My free time was saying, my free time.
I can play video games.
Okay, so my question was, what do you like doing? Right, yeah.
Uh,
So
I like uh, I like uh, I like playing computer games.
nice. I like playing computer games. Good.
I like programming and like s- uh,
Mhm.
uh, studying a new thing for the computer or the the robotics.
You are very much interested in robotics and language programming. Nice, great. Or programming languages, rather. Very nice, good. That sounds good. Okay, so let's do with this statement, great. I like playing video games, great, or I like playing computer games. Well, let me ask you, great. Can you provide a sentence, great? Can you provide an example of a fruit that begins with the letter O?
Please, can you repeat?
Give me an example of a word or a fruit basically a fruit that begins with the letter O.
Orange.
Okay, so what would you say about the orange? How can you describe orange
It's a fruit.
in terms of taste? What would you say about the orange in terms of taste?
Uh, it's like a see. No,
Hmm?
spicy. No, not spicy. Um, spicy. No,
Not really spicy. Not spicy. Hmm.
it's tasty. No, it's tasty.
Yeah.
Testy.
Or yeah, an adjective that begin with S, right? What would you say? It's so. What makes a difference
Uh,
between an orange and a lemon?
silly.
Taste, right? How would you describe the lemon in terms of taste?
Silly.
Is
No.
sour? Sour.
Sour.
Oh, yeah, sour. The lemon is sour. Is it the same just like the orange?
No.
So what would you say about the orange is? Mm.
Uh,
Well, forget about orange.
no.
What do you say about honey?
Honey is sweet.
Okay, great. We got the lemon is sour, but you know, and the honey is sweet. Good. Now, can you combine between these two, sentences using the conjunction buts? The lemon, orange.
The lemon is sour, but the honey is sweet.
Very good. Yeah, lemon, guys, is sour, but great. Honey, great, or the honey, great, is sweet, great. Very good. Good job. Great. Next. Now, right, very good. So my next question is, um, what do you look up to be in the future?
Uh, I like to be a programmer
Okay, you look up to be a programmer, right? Why do you want to be a programmer?
because I want to like to not a programmer, an uh, like
Mhm.
a programming engineer.
Or a computer engineer, right? Okay, so
Yes.
why do you want to be, right, a programmer or a program developer, right, or an app developer or whatever, right? Let's agree on one thing, right? How would you prefer to call it, right? Computer programmer or computer engineer, software engineer, maybe software developer. Which one? Which one is the best? That describe you.
Uh,
Mhm.
and a software programmer,
Or maybe software developer.
a developer. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I want to be a developer or a software developer. Right. Okay, so why do you want to be a software developer?
Uh, because now on my age, I know what
Mhm.
I can fix things or program like some codes,
Mhm. Nice.
some bots,
Mhm.
some robots, some cars.
All right. So, okay. So maybe one of the reasons is that you want to develop robots, right? Maybe in the future.
I want to develop
Mhm.
system, an operation system.
Operating system
Yes,
that can, run in a computer.
yes.
Okay, nice. Very good. Okay, that's a good idea. Well, okay, so let's express it this way. I want to be, this is just one of the your dream jobs, right? You might have many at this time. Yes. I want to be great a software, right, developer because as you said, I want to develop, right? Or I look up to develop, right? An operating system, right? Let's say an OS, right? A computer operating system. Very good. Yes. That sounds really interesting. Okay, so these are three basic sentences, right? key different types of sentences, Ryan, that we have here, okay, today. And we are going to see the fourth one right later on. Okay, so
Yes.
at the beginning, we have your I like let's start with the first one. I like playing computer games. Can you show me the subjects here? Tell me where is the subjects in a sentence here?
I.
Ah, great, it's me, right? Very good, yes. And the verb?
Play. I like.
Okay, that's like, right, yeah. And the objects maybe, or yeah, the objects in this statement. What do you like, right? Yes. It's playing
Uh,
computer games.
Playing computer games.
It's
Computer.
right, functions as an object, right? Yeah. What do you like to answer the question? What do you like, right? Very nice, good. So, how many ideas do we have here in this statement? How many ideas? Is it one idea or a lot of ideas, right?
One idea.
One thought. We say idea or thought. In English, we also say thought, right? That's a sentence that consists of maybe one or two, or not necessarily one subject. You may have two subjects and you may have even two verbs. But the secret here, or the idea here, is that it expresses only one thought. If the clause or the statement expresses one thought and consists of at least one subject and one verb, that's called the simple sentence. Okay, it is a
Yes.
simple sentence. It expresses one thought. You focus here on idea, right? On the idea. Okay, so that sounds good. Okay, so this is the first type of sentences. We are going to write them later on. Yeah, simple sentence. Great. Let's move on to number two. We got here lemon is sour, but honey is sweet. How many sentences do we have here, Ryan?
Two.
Can you tell me what is the first one?
Lemon is sour.
Oh, yes, very good. Lemon is sour. Is it an independent, complete thought or not?
It's an independent.
You know what does independent mean? Independent is a clause that expresses a complete thought. I mean, one complete idea. Does it express one complete idea? Lemon is sour.
No.
No, it doesn't.
Lemon. It's just for lemon is sour.
Just say what you think, what you believe, right? It's quite clear, right? That expresses one idea, right? When we say lemon is sour, we understand that there is,
Yes, it's one idea.
okay, there is one idea here. That's why we call, when a sentence is expressing a complete thought, we call it an independent sentence or an independent clause. All right, independent clause. It does not need any other clauses or any other sentence so that its meaning becomes complete. So it expresses a complete idea. That's good. Okay, so next we have, after the comma, we have the second clause, as you said, is honey is sweet, right? Good. So
Yes.
again, how many ideas are expressed here? Honey is sweet.
One idea.
One thought again, right? So in total, in this statement, lemon is sour, but honey is sweet. How many thoughts do we have there?
Two.
Yeah, so we got two independent clauses. Lemon is sour. This is an independent clause. It expresses a statement expressing a complete thought. Honey is sweet. It's the same. It's just like a simple sentence, great, Ryan, as we have here. Okay. When I say I like, it's one independent clause, right? Okay. So, but here we got what is different here is that we have two combination, right, of two, or coordination of two independent clauses. What is the tool? What is the word that we use it in order to combine between or relate between?
But.
We got here the word but. But here in English, it's in grammar, it's a conjunction. We can also call it, right? Let me say, we could say it's a connector, right, or linking word, right, expressing contrast and so on. And it's basically, it's a conjunction, right? It's a coordinator, right? We could say it's a coordinator between these two clauses. Okay, so this kind of sentences, Ryan, this type of sentences is called compound sentence, right? Compound.
Yeah.
Why compound? Because it's a combination of two, basically two independent clauses. Good. Let's move on to, so here in this situation, we got two subjects, we got two verbs, and so on, all right? Now,
Yes.
I want to be a software developer because I want to develop an operating system. What do you think are the ideas that we have here? Or let me say the sentences that we have here. What is the first sentence, in your opinion, that we have here?
I want to be a software developer.
I want to be great, or I want to be a software developer. Again, how many thoughts are expressed here? Is it what kind of sentence is it? Is it what kind of clause? Is it an independent clause or a dependent clause?
Uh,
Does it express a complete thought?
yes.
That's,
No, 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 no. Yes, yes,
that's great. We say, I want
yes,
to be a software developer. Okay, so we got one idea, right? One thought, complete thought. It's the same, just like a simple sentence that we have seen here. The same like the clause that we have here at the beginning, and the same like the clause that we have here. Okay, but the statement is not finished here, right? It's a long one. We got because I want to develop an OS. Because I want to develop an OS is another sentence. But what do you think about this statement? Is it a complete false, Ryan?
no,
When I say because I want to be because I want to develop an operating system, is the meaning complete?
no.
No, it's not complete. So what? Okay, so what? Okay, so there is something missing. We feel that there is something missing. But if I say Ryan, if I say I want to be a software developer, is the meaning complete?
Yes,
Yeah, of course it's complete. So what do we have here, Ryan? We have a combination of two things. What are they? An independent clause, which is this one. I want to be a software developer. It's a complete thought, or an independent clause. And because I want to develop an OS, this is not a complete thought. So this is not an independent clause. We call it a dependent clause. Why is it called dependent, Ryan? Why do we describe it as dependent?
because
Because
it needs.
it needs, or it depends on the main clause, on this clause, okay? This independence clause that we have here, I want to be a software developer, that's an independence clause, and it is also called the main clause, right?
Yes,
Right, the main clause. And this one is, it's called dependent or subordinate. We also call it subordinate clause. Yeah, why? Because it's not, it doesn't stand by itself. لا تؤدي المعنى بوحدها, right? It doesn't stand by itself. It depends on the main clause, right? It requires the main clause. Okay, so this kind of sentences, Ryan, right, is called the complex sentence. And the combination between the independent clause and the subordinate clause is done by a certain tool that we have here. What is it? It's the word because.
because.
There are many other subordinators. This is called a subordinator, okay? Because it's
Yes,
subordinator here. There are many other subordinators. This one expresses the cause. And therefore, this dependent clause is called, right? It's, right? A dependent clause expressing the cause. There are others that may, express the results, or maybe right, express the, just that may be great, a relative pronoun, right, or whatever, right? Okay, or just an adverb. Okay, so there are different dependent clauses, Ryan. We got a noun clause, we got an adjective clause, and we have an adverbial clause, right? And this is part of the adverbial clauses expressing the purpose or the reason. Okay, the cause. So these are three, till right now, we got three types of sentences. This is a simple sentence, including only one independent clause. Compound sentence, combination of two independent clauses using a conjunction, subordinator, just like but, right? Just like, or a coordinator, you say, right? Just like but, like, you know, right? Like, or, like so, right? And so on. And a complex sentence, right? Combination between an independent clause and a dependent clause using, you know, subordinator, just, you know, that express either the cause, right? Or, you know, time, right? Like when, right? Like because, like so that, to express purpose, in order to, and so on and so forth, right? The type number 4 and the last type of sentences is called compound complex. This fourth type is a combination between what and what? Combination between the compound sentence and the complex sentence.
Yes.
To give you an example, we say, okay, so let me say here, I watch English movies, right? I watch English movies and I read English stories because I want to enhance my English skills. So what do we have here?
Yes.
I watch English movies, this is independent clause, and I read English stories. Now we have a compound
The
sentence,
second one.
because I want to develop or enhance my English skills. That's a subordinate clause. So the whole statement or the whole clause form what we call, you know, compound complex sentence. So this is, you know, the theoretical part of this lesson, just to get an idea, to understand what is simple, the different types of sentences, the categorizations that we have, or the categories that we have in terms of sentence types. And now let's move on right now, maybe to practice. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to share with you some documents, some exercises for practice. And then I will assign you an extra homework, of course, to do. Okay, can you see this can you see this screen?
Yes.
Here we go. So let's take a look at the theory, right? So I'm going to send you this document, Rayane. You can read about what is simple sentence again. Simple sentence here, as you see, contains a subject and a verb, and it expresses a single, this is the most important thing, a single complete thought, right? One idea. And it can stand on its own. I mean, it expresses the meaning on it, one meaning, one thought on its own, right? It does not require any other, you know, clause or whatever. Like the baby cried for food. Professor Mapple's intelligent students completed and turned in their homework. So here we may, it's not necessarily to have one subject and one verb. We may have two subjects and even two verbs, but the idea is one, right? The idea remains one. Like here, we got Megan and Ron. So we got two subjects here, Megan and Ron. Ate too much. This is the verb number 1, and felt sick. This is the verb number 2. But it's only one idea, right? We're talking about Megan and Ron and what they did and what happened to them. So compound a sentence is rather two independent clauses. An independent clause is a part of sentence that can stand alone, as we said before, because it contains a subject and a verb and expresses one thought. Basically, a compound sentence contains two simple sentences, as we have seen before, right? So these independent clauses are joined by using for. Those are, you know, the connectors that we can use. Join for. We can use but, or, yet, so. Example here, the shoplifter had stolen clothes. This is the independent clause number 1. So, this is the conjunction. He ran once he saw the police. This is another independent clause, right? So that's what makes a compound sentence. Complex sentence is an independent clause joined by one or more dependent clauses. So you got one independent clause and then, right, you know, one dependent, at least one dependent clause. We may have more than one dependent clause, right, by the way. An example here is after eating lunch at the Cheesecake Factory, Tim went to the gym exercise. So after eating lunch, here we have begun with the dependent clause, okay? On a commencé avec l'idée, the sentence that is dependent, right? Subordinate. But the main is the main clause that expresses one complete thought is Tim went to the gym to exercise. There is one clear idea here, right? So there some of the linking words that can be used, some of the subordinators that can be used, right? Are you got as, because, okay, after, although, when, and while, and so on and so forth, right? So these are called subordinators. They consist what we call adverb clauses, right? It may indicate time, it may indicate place, time like when, before, after, until, since, as soon as, and so on. Place like where, wherever. Cause like because, as, since. Purpose like so that, in order to, you know, that, or so as to, right, and so on. Results like so, like that, such that, and so on. Condition like if or unless, or concession like although, even though, nevertheless, and so on, right? So that's the complex sentence, right? Yeah, compound complex, as we say, it's a combination between both, right? Compound sentence and complex sentences. Now let's move on to praxis. I will give you some time to look at these sentences, Rayane, right? And then decide whether the sentence is simple. If it is simple, you just need to indicate to put S, right? If it is great, you know, a compound, we are going to write just C, right? S, right? Compound, we
Yes.
are going to write C, right? Complex, let's write CX, right? Compound complex, you are going to write CC, right? Compound complex. Okay, I let you think it, great, just for 3 minutes, great. You take 3 minutes to think about, go through all the sentences, and inshallah, great, I'll be back to correct, inshallah, this homework, this you know, task. All right. Okay, so maybe it sounds that it's time for correction. Right. Let's start with number one. What do you have here? Vampire's Diaries is my favorite television show, but I also love True Blood. What do you think is the type of the sentence we have here? I wonder if Ryan is here. Your mic is mute.
I am here. I am here.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. What kind of sentence do we have there?
Comp compound complex.
Compound complex. Why complex? When do we? How many sentences do we have here?
No, we have two. Compound. Compound.
Compound. We don't have compound.
Compound.
We got compound. We got S means simple, C compound, CX complex, CC means compound complex. Great, very good. Normally I should put here, guys, just like CCX, great, to make it clear. Oh my gosh, great. Maybe Ryan has gone. Okay, so as you said, Ryan, here we have two sentences combined by the use, right, or by using the conjunction but.
But.
Okay, as we have seen before, but is used basically like so or is used in compound sentences to combine two independent clauses or clauses, right? Okay, so here it's a compound sentence, right? We're gonna write it, just see. Number two, the student wiped the whiteboard that was filthy with last week's notes.
Compound. Compound.
Wow, compound. Why compound? We have the student wiped the whiteboard that was 50 with last week's notes. You got to pay attention to those subordinators that we talked about, Rayane. Here, what's the subordinator that you have here?
That was filthy with last week's note.
You got that, right? Okay. So you got that. It's a subordinator, and you know it's called also a relative clause because that here is a relative pronoun, right? So this subordinator, Ryan, that we use, that, or sometimes even who, or where, right, or whom, and so on, right? This is what we call an adjective clause, right? And it's part of this what we call complex sentence. Okay, it can't stay by itself. It's a dependent clause, right? It's a subordinate clause. So this is called a complex sentence, right? If you go back again, maybe to the complex sentences, let's go to complex sentence and see the تركز على دوك الليمو ديك الليمو ديال ديك subordinators هذيك الروابط. complex sentence شنو الروابط اللي ممكن يكون عندنا for example right? As, because, since, after, although, when ولا relative pronoun just like who, that, which. ملي كنقول I met the person that كذا كذا كذا, this is an adjective clause and it's a relative clause, so this is a complex sentence, right? Okay, very good. Yes. Okay, so here we go. Let's move to number 3. The trendy fashion designer released her new line on Wednesday. The trendy designer released.
Can you scroll down? I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, number 3.
Okay. Okay. It's now. Fashion. Complex.
If you say compound or complex, you need to think about the coordinators or the subordinators. Is there any linking word, right? Any kind of subordinator or coordinator here?
No. We have a
What
simple.
do you have there? Do you have a lot, many thoughts? Two thoughts for us?
No.
The fashion
Sim
designer نسميوها محمد ولا علي كاع released her كذا just one word okay no
simple.
it's simple it's a simple sentence your attention a simple sentence it can include some adverbs some adjectives to make it longer it doesn't matter don't think that a simple sentence is a short one right simple sentence can be long but just right it's full or crammed with a lot of words which are not necessarily necessary right just like adjectives or some adverbs and so on right so we have here a noun the subjects would be this one right this is the subjects هذا كامل c'est un sujet Ryan right the trendy fashion designer نسميوه
Yes.
مالو اشنو دار release it سي ça le verb right what did he release her new line on Wednesday ولا كذا it doesn't matter that's a time expression so we have your three elements right subjects verb objects this is a simple sentence right let's write S number 4 Trina and Harim went to a bar in Hollywood to celebrate their anniversary. What a bad sentence is this, right? Okay, so what
It's simple.
Why simple? Be careful.
Or it's complex.
Complex. What makes it complex? Where ملي كنقولوا complex يعني كاين واحد dependent clause. Where is the subordinate or the dependent clause?
Two.
To celebrate, yeah, to celebrate their anniversary. باش يحتفلوا بالانيفرسير ديالهم ومن بعد هذا it's a dependent clause it depends on the main clause which is the first one Trina and Harim went to a bar in Hollywood great very good now you start understanding the situations this is a complex sentence right number 5 Wix Regina casts a spell on the entire city so the citizens decided to rebel. بالتالي المواطنين قرروا أن يثوروا أن يتمردوا. Right? Yes. What do you think here is?
It's complex.
لماذا complex? What's the subordinator that we have here? علاش complex؟ فينا هو ذاك dependent clause؟ فينا هو ذاك الكلوز اللي ما كامل اللي كيعتمد على
the citizens decide to rebel. It's a compound.
Compound, yes. Okay, compound. We got Wicked Regina, right? Casts a spell on the entire city. This is the first complete thought. هذه الفكرة الأولى، هذه الجملة الأولى اللي كتعبر على معنى تام، معنى كامل. All right? And then another one, the citizens decided to rebel. Right? This is another independent clause. And we got your subordinator, or let me say coordinator, sorry. Coordinator or a conjunction so right so this is a compound sentence right compound well let's move to the number 6 while waiting for the paint to dry Angela went to Home Depot and Martin organized the kitchen appliances
compound complex
Sense جيد جدا yeah right you deserve a golden star right Ryan compound complex مزيان right alors اعطيني العناصر ديال the compound complex where is the compound where is the
it contains two independent
where are they good two independent or two thoughts okay I hope you will get back again Ryan right you disconnected all right welcome back
sure.
Okay, no worries. Yes. What are the two independent, clauses that we have here?
While waiting for the paint to dry?
Is it an independent clause?
No.
This is what? This is the dependent.
No, it's Angela. Angela went to Home Depot and Martin organized the kitchen
Okay.
appliances.
And independent clause, number one.
Yes.
And this is independent clause number two. And this is what? This is a dependent
Close.
dependence clause. يعني dependence يعني يعتمد. كنقول أنا
Yeah.
I am dependent on my father يعني أنا كنعتمد على الأب ديالي. Right? Dependent clause حتى هذوك يعتمدوا. Right? They have no sense. Right? No meaning by themselves, by itself. It has to rely on the dependent clauses. Right? Okay, this is also called subordinate clause. Okay, that sounds good. Now, so this is as you said, a compound complex. Excellent job, compound complex. Well, let's move to number 7. Number 7 says, after listening to the Kanye West CD, I have no respect for his music.
Complex.
Complex. Excellent job. Right. It's a complex sentence.
Complex.
دابا بان dependent clause or subordinate clause ماشي بالضروره يجي الاخر الثاني ولا كذا. It can be at the very beginning and then we put a comma and then we write or we put the main clause, right? So here we go. After listening to the Kanye West CD, what? Okay, this is dependent clause. No meaning is right. But the next one is called the independent clause, right? It has got complete false, right, or meaning. And this one is independent because we have here after, right? Look at this complex sentences. We may use after, right? And this is an example. After eating, great. Okay, Tim went to the gym, great, to exercise. This is a complex sentence, and we can use after, right, as subordinates, right? Well, number 8, after the teacher chose groups, John and Sarah were selected as partners for a project, yet Sarah did most of the work. Well, first of all, this one we say it's a complex.
Compound. No.
After the teacher chose groups, John and Sarah were selected as partners for a project, yet Sarah did most of the work. It's very simple.
It's a compound complex.
Compound complex. Okay, where is the dependent, the subordinate clause here? Where is it? Subordinate clause.
After the teacher choose groups.
This is not complete. It doesn't express complete meaning by itself. But this is the subordinate clause, right? Okay. And the dependent clause number 1 we have here. Okay, John and Sarah were selected as partners. Okay, هذه جملة تامة for a project. Yet, and this is the subordinator that we use, the coordinator right here. And then we have Sarah did most of the work. This is another independent clause. هذه جملة أخرى تامة. Sarah did most of the work. Right, good. Okay, so this is a compound complex again. Yes, compound complex. Compound complex. Very nice. So this lesson, Rayane, is very, very, very important. Okay, why? Because it helps us when it comes to writing. اللي ما فهم هذا غيعرف مزيان كيفاش يكتب. Expression écrite, right, writing. When it comes to writing, you know how to write. You know that you're writing a simple sentence. You can write a compound sentence to combine 2 sentences together. You know what kind of subordinators or coordinators you are going to use, and so on and so forth. And you can also create complex or compound complex sentences to make your writing sentences longer and better, right? Okay, and thoughtful, because you're going to use different independent clauses expressing different ideas and so on and so forth. So we're going to stop here. It's good that you have an idea, you know, it's clear for you now that you know what a simple sentence is, compound or compound complex or complex sentence. Is it clear? Do you still have any problem distinguishing between these types of sentences?
No.
No, right. Okay. Before I assign you the last task, guys, you are going, of course, to I'm gonna assign you this homework to do at home. Okay, you're going to tick the correct type of sentence that you have here. You only have simple. Is it a simple sentence or compound sentence or complex? Okay, there is no other option, compound complex. Okay, this is you know, very important homework to do. That's gonna be enough. And you know, just to finish this class, right, let's do some production, right? Okay, you need to give me examples, 4 sentences, 1 simple, 1 compound, 1 complex, and 1 compound complex. Right, let's start with the first one. Give me a simple sentence. Hurry up.
I like playing football.
Very good. I like playing football. Number 2. Compound complex. Compound sentence, sorry. Compound sentence.
Uh, uh, I play foot. Now I play football, so I bring my shoes.
What is it? Again?
Uh,
It should, your sentence should make sense, great. Or the clauses should make sense. Yes, come on. Again.
so I brought my shoes.
I didn't hear you. Maybe the voice disconnected. Disconnected. Again, you
So I brought my shoes.
the first clause, Rayane.
I'm playing football, so I brought my shoes.
I'm playing. Are we going to say I'm playing? Right.
I play. I'm
I
going to I'm
I-
going to play football.
I'm going, maybe great. Yes, I'm going to play football. So I need, you know, to take my
To bring
trainer
my
for my boots.
yes.
For boots, great. Very good. Now it's clear. And we got 2 independent clauses combined or coordinated by the use of so, the conjunction so. Right. Now, complex. When you think
Uh,
sentences, think about purpose, expressive purpose, or cause, or, you know, guys, relative pronoun or whatever. Yes, relative clause or whatever. Yes, come on.
uh, I uh, I uh, I bought a computer because I need it.
Because I need it, right? Okay, yeah, I bought a computer, a new computer because I need it. Great, nice, good. Of course, you buy things because you need them. You should
Yes.
give me a meaningful sentence, right? Okay,
Yes.
of course you buy it because you need it, right? Okay, let me say, for instance, to enhance your statement, I would say I upgraded, right? Okay, I upgraded my computer. I upgraded my computer to the latest processor because I need to work on video editing, for instance, or okay, some
Yes.
programs maybe that requires high, you know, computer with high performance. Very nice. Yeah. Okay, you have used it here because, right, to express this, you know, adverb clause, right, which expresses the purpose. Now the last one is compound complex. 2 independent clauses, 1 dependent or subordinate clause.
Uh, uh, I am going to play football. Uh, so I brought the shoes because it helps me a lot.
Because they help me a lot. Okay, right. Okay, that's very nice. Okay, or so as to play well and so on. Great. Very good. You've done a good job, Rayane. Okay, so these are the 4 types of sentences, the lesson of today, and I hope to see you, inshallah, next time. Don't forget to do the homework. You can share it with me before the class, right, so that I can take a look at it, right, before we begin the next session. Do you have any question before you leave?
No.
Okay, so let's call it a day and see you next time, inshallah. Goodbye.
Goodbye.